Welcome to the Lose Your Big Ass Stomach podcast. I'm your host, Jay Jackson, and my mission here is to help you get rid of that big ass stomach and take back control of your health so that you can look and feel your best by being the best version of yourself, mentally and physically, while destroying the mediocre agenda society is trying to brainwash you into, and breaking our families' generational curses of being unhealthy by being a healthy and fit role model. It's time to set a new standard. It's time to set a new standard of living. If you find the podcast helpful, be sure to hit that follow button because that helps us build a movement. Let's go. Guys, if you've been working out or you've been dieting and you're like, damn, man, I don't know why my stomach ain't going down. I'm doing all this cardio. I'm lifting the weights. I'm dieting. I'm trying to eat healthy, but damn stomach still ain't going nowhere. I'm about to share with you the steps you absolutely have to have if you want to flatten your stomach, and let's say you want to have abs. Because I know some folks, they want to be able to pull their shirt off and go to the beach, to the pool, and feel proud about when they take their shirt off. You know what I'm saying? And so these are things I share with my coaching clients, but I'm about to give y'all some game today. All right? So here's the first thing. You have to have a plan, guys. I talk to hundreds of y'all on a weekly basis. Hundreds of y'all. And by far one of the most common things I see is that y'all are putting in time and effort in the gym and, you know, trying to be mindful with your nutrition, which I'm proud of you for that. But the issue that I see a lot of times is that y'all just have a lot of empty victories. This is what I call empty victories. You're going to the gym, but you really don't know what to do, but you're just trying to do something because you've heard that you need to exercise. You heard that you need to do cardio. You heard that you're supposed to be eating fairly healthy, but you do it, but you don't get the results for it. But you feel good that you did it. That's why I call it empty victory. You felt good that you did it, but when you step on the scale, you don't see the scale going down. When you're looking at the bathroom mirror, when you get out of the shower, you're like, God damn, something got to change. You see what I'm saying? You just got an empty victory, but it's not moving you forward. What moves you forward towards the results that you want to have, guys, you absolutely have to have a plan, okay? If you're going to the gym winging it, of course you're going to get inconsistent results. Of course you're going to be sweating your ass off. You're going to be sore from your workouts, but you're wondering why the scale ain't going down. You're wondering why your clothes not fitting better, guys. This happens because you don't have structure. This is by far one of the most important parts, okay? When you go to the gym, you should know exactly what exercise you're going to do when you hit the gym. You should know exactly how many reps you're going to do. How many sets are you going to do? How much rest time are you going to have? What type of cardio are you going to do? If you don't know these things, guys, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're going to have a very hard time getting the results that you want, okay? A very, very hard time. And this is probably one of the most frustrating things as a coach because I see a lot of y'all's potential. Like the fact that you are going to the gym, the fact that you're putting in the time and effort and you're not seeing the results, it's like, damn, it's a lot of wasted potential there because you're not doing what's required. This is what happens when you're like, I get a lot of people that tell me, man, I feel like I'm doing my best. I feel like I'm doing everything, but it's just not working. It must be my genetics. I must be big bone. Guys, it's not. There's a big difference between doing your best and doing what's required. If you've been rocking with me for a minute, you know I've shared my journey of entrepreneurship and, you know, how I've had like so many rocky moments in my career. And I'm just like, at different points in my career, I was like, damn, man, like I'm posting all the time. Why my following ain't growing? And I'm posting, I'm giving good value, but I can't get no new clients. And I was stressed out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to take care of my bills. And that's a terrible way to live. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, shit, I feel like I'm doing everything right. Everybody else posting content. Everybody else doing the game plan calls. Everybody else, you know, they creating the workout plans and meal plans. I'm like, well, I ain't getting the results. And obviously, I was doing something wrong. And so I had to humble myself to get the help that was needed for me to start getting the results that I'm getting today. And what I realized when I got this coach, the business coach that I'm with right now, your best is not always enough. Doing what is required is what gets the results. Like I was posting content, but I didn't know how to communicate in a way authentically to where people resonated with what I was talking about. I didn't know how to create content that people was like, damn, this makes a whole lot of sense. You know, like how to make it simple. You know what I'm saying? But once I started doing things that were required and not just feeling like I'm doing my best, see, a lot of folks, they like, well, shit, I'm working out. I'm eating healthy. That should be enough. I see folks all in my comments all the time when I be doing advertisements and when some of my videos go viral and stuff. People be in the comment, all you gotta do is eat healthy, calorie deficit. All you gotta do is work out. If that was all you need to do, everybody else would be in shape, y'all. If that was all you needed to do, nobody would be overweight. Because it's so... y'all, a lot of folks doing that. Why they don't have the results? They don't have a plan. Okay? You have to have a plan that is tailored to you. This is the second thing. This is the second step. Not just a plan. You have to have a plan that is tailored to you. What I mean by this is, some of y'all see folks at the gym and you like, let me do what that guy right there doing at the gym. That man, he look like he jacked. Boy, that boy arms on swole. Or you see the folks on YouTube and you like, man, they eating that. Well, maybe I need to eat that. Just the other day, a guy jumped on the game plan call with me. He see that I be eating turkey bacon and strawberries and kiwis and eggs for breakfast. His ass eating the same goddamn thing. He just copied it. But that don't mean that that's the best thing for him to do. That doesn't mean those foods are the best foods that his body is going to agree with. And even the portions. It has to be the proper portions, the proper foods, even when it comes to working out. Let's say I'm working out 7 days a week, but you can only work out 4 days a week. That means your workout plan has to look completely different than what I'm doing. A lot of people don't even realize that. That's why a lot of folks have this issue with consistency. Because you're not following a plan that you can consistently do. My lifestyle is way different than yours. I have different routines and habits than you do. Like that guy, his name is Ashton Hall. Dude waking up at like 3 a.m. or some shit like that to do a morning routine. Ain't no way in the hell I'm doing that. I can get to set, as long as I do the non-negotiables on a daily basis, I ain't got to wake up at no goddamn 3 a.m. I can wake up at 7 o'clock if I want to, 6 o'clock if I want to, and get everything that I know I need to do done, and I'm going to get the same type of progress that he can get. But if that's what he wants to do, he can do that. But a lot of people, they would think, man, I need to do what he do. I need to wake up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and do what he doing to get like him. No, hell you don't. You just got to do what works the best for you. And that requires having something that's personalized to your situation. Knowing what foods your body agree with. Knowing how many days a week you can work out. Knowing your fitness level. The things that I'm doing in the gym right now, you might not be there yet. That don't mean you can't get there, but you got to progress your way up to that point. A lot of people, they break mentally because they're trying to start from somebody else's chapter 12 when they're on their chapter 1. Of course you're going to feel mentally defeated because you're trying to do shit that somebody that been in the gym for over a decade been doing. It's no comparison, guys. Zero comparison. Like, it's people out here that are, fitness coaches. Like, even now where I'm at right now, if they're trying to compare themselves to me, they go break their spirit. Because I'm not a one-man army. I got staff that I'm paying. I'm spending like $5,000 a month just on staff. And they're thinking, damn, well, I can do the same thing he doing. But they don't even realize I'm in a whole different chapter of my career than where they are. I say all this to say, guys, you got to run your own race. You don't know the whole picture of where people are in their journey. You see somebody like my coaching client named Ann, she's down 99 pounds, y'all. You don't know all the mental challenges and battles and personal development that she had to go through to get to that point. You don't know the amount of time and effort that she had to put into the gym and sacrifices and folks hating on her and shaming her and downplaying the type of time and effort she done put into losing weight. Guys, you got to go through your own transformation journey too. And it's not just physical. The shit is mental. Okay? And so that's like pretty much the third step. You have to run your own race. You got to have a plan. You got to have a plan that's tailored to you. And then you have to run your own race. You got to have blindfolds, man. You got to be focused on where you going. And lock in on a plan that works, right? And stop dabbling in other shit. Like one of the things that I noticed, like when some people join my coaching program, they got everything they need, y'all. I lay this shit out step by step. You don't have to guess. I strip all the fluff and all. It ain't nothing that you don't need inside the plan, inside the program. But some people will still be going to other YouTube. They'll go to YouTube channels and other Instagram, what do you call them, personal trainers and stuff. And they'll be like, well, maybe I need to do the carnivore thing while I'm doing this meal plan. Or maybe I need to do the vegan thing while I'm doing this meal plan. When you do this, you slow your growth. because you're distracted. You can't stay focused. You're doing too many things. In the business world, they call this shiny object syndrome. Guys, I've been through this. When I was on my journey to try to get to where I'm at right now, and I'm continuing to grow, I'm not where I want to be. I've invested in over 6 or 7 different business coaches. But early on, I would invest in a business coach, and shit wasn't cheap. I'm talking about spending $6,000 for a coaching program, $12,000, $8,000, and I wasn't just balling. I was using fucking credit cards, and I was like, dang, I feel like I'm paying all these folks, I'm getting all these folks my money, but my bank account going down. And I had to wake up and realize I got to get focused. I'm just looking for the hack. I was looking for, man, it's got to be an easier way. It's got to be an easy way. Well, this business coach talking about do challenges. Then this one over here talking about do webinars. Then this one over here talking about do shout out pages to get your audience up. And I'm like, damn, I spent all this money just to learn this one little hack. I got tired of it. I was like, man, I can't keep living like this. I can't go another year being where I'm at, if not worse. Shit going backwards. I'm like, it's time to figure this thing out. And so I had to develop some grit. That's what I had to do, y'all. I had to develop some grit. I had to start running my own race and stop looking at what everybody else doing. But I also had to develop grit. And what I mean by grit is everybody looking for the easy way. There is no easy way. You have to learn it all. Like, I was like, damn, it got to be an easier way to grow my following. I had to learn how to market myself. It's got to be easier way to get more coaching clients. And I had to develop empathy to understand how to communicate with people effectively for them to want to join my coaching program. I had to learn these things. I was just looking for the easy way out. Guys, I see a lot of y'all trying to find the easy way. Maybe I could use the sauna suit. Maybe I could use the waist trimmer wrapper. Maybe I could do the detox for the 7 days or the 21 days. Maybe I can just cut out sugar forever. Just looking for the easy way out. Guys, what's going to happen when you stop doing it? You're going to gain the weight back. Because even though the easy way might allow for you to have some initial success, the type of people that I like to help are long-term focused people. People who understand what's going to happen in 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, if you don't understand the right way to do things. A lot of people are living the same 6 to 12 months every single year. They try a different diet, they try a different workout plan, and then they do it for a couple of months, then they quit when shit get hard, and they go, oh, my life's just not perfect right now. Oh, my money going down. Oh, I'm sick. Oh, I got mental health issues. Oh, it's just so much. I can't do it no more. I can't do it. Like your ass ain't gonna be like you won't be able to eat again. You still gotta eat. And so why not go ahead and develop a healthy relationship with food, learn it, and so that way, even if you're going through tough times, you still know how to eat. Guys, I go through stress almost every day. Ups and downs every day. But I'm not out this motherfucker binge eating, just self-sabotaging. Like, you got to start to develop a healthy relationship with food and a healthy relationship with yourself. Like, that's one of the big reasons. If you don't start to develop some grit to go through the discomfort of learning how to take care of you, things get worse, y'all. I talk to so many folks on a daily and weekly basis, and some of these people I've talked to months ago. At this point, years ago. And some of their situations are a lot worse than where it was when we initially spoke. They went from having pre-diabetes to having full-blown type 2 diabetes. Folks done had their toes cut off. Folks having congestive heart failure. Y'all do know the more weight you gain, your heart got to work harder. You fuck around and get congestive heart failure, you only get one heart, y'all. You start having sleep apnea. Guys, my granddad passed away at 46 years old from sleep apnea. Y'all out here, oh shit, I done had it since I was 22 years old. Like, that's like it's just normal. Guys, you can't normalize living in trauma. You have to start developing grit and going through the tough times. We all go through them. We all have stress. We all get overwhelmed. We all have anxiety. We all have days where we feel lower and higher vibration, where we don't feel like doing nothing. We all do. Okay, so what? So you just go keep quitting on yourself? Or you go develop some grit and be like, shit, well, I'm about to get it out the mud. I'm about to stand on business. And when I talk about standing on business, I'm talking about standing on your values. A lot of folks say they value their family. They say they value their kids. They say they value their health. Your habits and behaviors don't reflect those things. Your habits and behaviors do not reflect that these are things you value. Because if you truly value them, you would not just do enough just to take care of the household by having a roof over everybody's head. You would say, man, I value my kids' success. I value my kids, my family's growth, and everybody progressing. So that way, I'm going to make sure I'm progressing. That way, I can inspire them to do better. That way, they admire me, and they want to do better just by my behaviors and habits. Guys, I've had so many coaching clients who've had kids, and they start eating better. Like my coaching client, Ashley. Ashley down like 40, 45 pounds. And she was like, Jay, man, I really appreciate your coaching program, because not only have I dropped weight, all my kids have dropped like 10 plus pounds. just because I've taught her how to eat the right way. You got to start raising your standards, man. You got to start raising your standards. And you got to start leaning on your values. We're not going to always feel like working out. We're not going to always feel like eating healthy. But when it's something that you truly value and you're not just talking, it's a whole lot. Like in this day and age, it's a lot of motherfuckers that be talking. They go, yeah, coach, I can't wait to be one of your client success stories. Boy, man, I can't wait to be on your podcast so I can share my story. I don't even be listening. Until they spend that bread, I don't believe shit they saying. Because when you spend money, not just on my coaching program, but just in general, when you're willing to spend money on somebody else or even yourself, that lets you know where your values are. If you want to spend money on your health via a coach, books, courses, mentorships, that let you know you really value your health. You know what I'm saying? And then if you value let's say your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, what you go do? You go spend money on the dates. You're not going to go on a date every other month. You go on a date consistently. It may not be weekly. It might be weekly. You know what I'm saying? You go do things in a way that is going to show them, I really value you. You know what I'm saying? You may go on a vacation once a year. Same thing for your kids. If you truly value your kids, what are you going to do? You're going to invest time into them. You're going to invest conversations into them. I mean, when I was growing up, and me and my dad used to be in front of the soul food restaurant, because we got a soul food restaurant out here in Atlanta, and he'd be throwing the football to me for hours, y'all. For hours. This is shit I'll never forget. I'm running in the parking lot, catching the football, throwing it back to him. You know what I'm saying? Those are moments I'll never forget. But he invested that time to do those things with me. And while we was throwing the football, sometimes I'll walk up to him, he'll walk up to me, we'll start having a life conversation about something. If you value something, it will reflect in your habits and behaviors, if you truly value it. And so this is a how can I say it? This is an exercise I believe everybody should do. Because everybody's so caught up into their thoughts, but not caught up into the books. And so you need to have a book, a journal, where you write down what are the things that you value. What are the habits that you need to have to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. And so that way you can see it and you're not just thinking it. All right? But as long as you do these things, man, you'll be able to have a flat stomach. You'll be able to drop 30, 50, 100 plus pounds. You got to have a plan. You got to have a plan that supports you, okay? Not somebody else. You got to have grit, all right? Shit ain't going to always be easy. It's not, y'all. If shit just got to be so easy for you and it's just got to be so convenient, I feel sorry for you, because you're going to have a hard time forever losing weight and keeping it off, because you're going to have hard times. You're going to get sick. Work's going to get busy. You're going to be stressed at times. You're going to have to travel. You're going to have birthdays. You're going to have Thanksgiving. You're going to have Christmas. What are you going to do when life slaps you in the face? What are you going to do? Are you going to fall back into your old habits and gain the weight back and have to lose it over again? Or are you going to develop some grit? That way you develop some emotional resilience to when life gets tough. You still push through. You don't just quit everything that you start just because shit gets hard. Because I'll tell you right now, I don't care if you're doing my coaching program or another coaching program, the shit ain't going to be easy. You're going to have to develop some emotional resilience to eat the foods that you're supposed to eat instead of the junk food, the comfort food. We all want to eat it. I be wanting to eat comfort food all day, how stressed I be. But I don't do it all the time. I still have structure, the plan, right? And so if you want to be able to get results and keep them, guys, I'm telling you, You got to start thinking highly of yourself. The standards that you set for yourself and how highly you think about yourself, your self-worth, it's going to show with the habits that you have, with the behaviors that you have. If you don't have a high level of self-worth, you're not going to be willing to go through the pain of discipline, the pain of impulse control, to not do the things that are going to sabotage you. You just won't. Like, I have a high standard for myself. That's why I don't eat junk food all the time. I got to have energy. I got to look the part. I want to feel good. I want to be able to lead my staff. I want to be able to lead my members, my coaching clients. I want to be a positive role model for them. I have a high standard for myself. Some of y'all, you say you want these things, but it doesn't reflect in your habits and behaviors. And that's why you have such low vibration. That's why you have such these like this sense of guilt and shame, because you know you should be doing these things, but you're not doing them. You got to be willing to change, because if nothing changes, nothing changes. You keep doing the same shit you've been doing, you gonna keep getting the same results you've been getting. If you want things to change, it don't have to be all at one time, but you got to start changing the way you think. You got to start changing the way you see yourself, you view yourself, and you got to start changing your habits. Because if you don't do those things, guys, you are going to struggle for a long time. And it doesn't have to be overnight, like I said, but you got to make these changes. All right. Hopefully y'all found this podcast helpful. We out of here. Let go. Yo, appreciate you for tapping in and listening to the podcast episode today. Hopefully you found it valuable. And if you did, and you want to learn more about how I can help you lose the big ass stomach, transform your body, and get your health on point, DM me real results over on Instagram at JJacksonOfficial for more information. And I'll reach back out to you to do what I can to help you hit those health and fitness goals. Let's get it.